Hello, it's Ruby and welcome back to another sort of study vlog, though today I'm starting off by working on my novel. I sent my novel quote-unquote final version to my agent a couple of weeks ago and I've just got it back with a few final edits, and so I was making these this morning. There is one big structural change that I'm making, but everything else is quite minor, so I was working on that big structural change today, and there were a few chapters and conversations I had to rewrite. So I did this in my notebook. I've actually been preferring writing by hand as opposed to typing. I'm well aware that I haven't actually spoken to the camera yet. I've spent the morning writing so far and I'm just going to go downstairs and get a cup of coffee. First of all though, I just want to quickly declutter my computer because it always gets so clogged up with files. And when I say this, my digital declutter routine is as follows. I will first of all delete all of the access files on my desktop, which is usually loads of screenshots. I will go through and organise my downloads folder. I will sort everything into files. And finally, and most importantly, I am using Clean My Mac X to get rid of any files on my computer that I'm not using and that are taking up unnecessary space. It just means that my computer will run more smoothly for the rest of my day and study session. There's a smart scan which does 3 jobs in one: remove junk files, scan malware, and just speed up the performance of the computer, which is amazing. The thing I really love actually is the space lens, which lets you see what files are taking up space on your computer and also if there are any duplicates of the same file. I like to keep on top of organising files, but there are just so many files on our computers that we don't even realise are there. Like, I can clear out my downloads folder and think my computer is completely clear, and there will still be files on there that I don't need. If you're interested in using Clean My Mac X2, then you can get a 7-day free trial, and you can also get 15% off after that if you click on the link in the description box. Then after that, I wrote my to-do list. I had put off doing this until quite late in the day actually, as you can see. So I was using my academic planner, of course, and then I did more writing. Again, I rewrote one of the scenes. Then I really wanted to make pumpkin pancakes. I have seen this all over social media, people recreating the pumpkin pancakes with cinnamon butter from Gilmore Girls, so I decided to make it too, and I did film a TikTok.
Pumpkin pancakes, and it comes with homemade cinnamon butter.
These look so delicious. I haven't had pumpkin pancakes for ages. And then here you can see I'm just typing up what I wrote in my notebook. One of the great things about handwriting is when you type it up, it's like forcing yourself to do another series of edits, because I make so many changes as I'm typing it up, because I'm having to read it aloud to myself and see how it sounds. So it's actually a really good hack. It's not even morning anymore, I can't even say good morning, and it's a lovely cloudy Sunday, quite cold. It's the first properly cold day we've had in a while. So I've spent the morning writing, as you can probably see, and I've just finished the 2 tasks that I set for myself to do today. I'm currently just doing the very final edits for my book. Well, hopefully they're the final ones. There's one quite big edit that I'm making for this draft, but only one, and so I've gone through parts 1 and 2 and made that edit for parts 1 and 2. Feeling very happy with that. And now I'm actually going to get on with doing some studying. So I'm going to read a few essays from The Unfinished Book, which is a collection of essays about the history of the book, bibliography, and this will hopefully just give me a better framework for talking about book history and bibliography. So looking forward to reading these. And if you're wondering, this is how I am taking these reading notes. So this website here is Genii. I love being able to highlight documents when I'm reading them. I find it easier to follow a text when I'm able to make easy highlights and add comments. The platform basically converts it into a PDF that you can annotate, and then, for example, I can highlight this, but I can also click and press this and it will add directly to my notes. So what I personally like to do when taking notes, this might not sound like the best method for note taking, but this works really well for me. So I will copy and paste in the really key important parts, and then after reading it I will go through and summarize it. It means that I can focus more entirely on what I'm reading as opposed to focusing on taking notes at the same time, because I think one of your main goals when reading has to be actually like understanding what it's saying. And when I get too bogged down with note taking, I sometimes find that it can make things feel more convoluted depending on the text. So that just works really well for me. Genie does also have some AI features. For example, you can click this and it will give you a summary. Though honestly, I don't really like this summary feature so much and I don't tend to use it. It's not usually accurate and it tends to take points out of sequence. You actually don't get a very good sense of what the article is arguing. Anyway, I'm gonna actually get on with reading this. Been waiting for it to rain all day. I've read the first essay and I'm now going to read the second one, which is called The Things Books Make. Also, just very quickly listen to this. This article is looking at the book as a material object, but specifically how the image of the book is translated into other objects. I didn't know there was even a name for this, but you know, for example, if you have, like, I've got a tea infuser in the shape of a book, for example, and she says these are known as book objects, but they can also be called bookworks, bibliojets, book look objects, or blooks. Blooks. I think that's quite funny. And then I read 4 more of the essays. The next essay I'm reading is this one. How the Bookworm Got Its Glasses, or A Natural History of Bookishness, which I've been so excited to read, so I've intentionally left it till last. And I finished that one, which was all about bookworms and the natural history of the bookworm as an animal. Since it's Sunday, we're actually having a roast today. Some friends of my parents around, and I'm just gonna go down and join them. That's why I was making the blueberry pie as well today, specifically. So then here is the finished blueberry pie, which I took out of the oven after we'd eaten lunch. When I don't film, it's so hard to say what I did in the evening, but I can't even remember what I did in the evening, honestly. Anyway, we're here on Monday, and again, I started the day by going outside to read. Circe is excellent. I don't think I like it quite as much as Song of Achilles, but I wasn't expecting to, and I really don't want this book to finish. Again, I started the day by writing as well. I'm definitely my most focused in the morning and I feel my most creative in the morning, and so this is the best time of day for me to be writing.
Be tackling a Monday day.
I've just come downstairs to make my morning coffee. Should I put you there? It's an empty apple juice, so I don't know. It's just always about getting some lighting. So this morning, as with yesterday, I've started the day by doing some writing because I'm working on a new draft of my book. Well, not new draft, they're quite tiny edits. So I was going through part 3. I feel like I've had basically the same coffee recipe for the last 6 months, but I use the grind pods. Just add the pod in there. I'm going to take a teacup. I always do a long shot. Oh, and these are all old coffee grinds. I don't know why these are being kept. Looks so delicious. Then I'm going to grab this mason jar. I just pour the coffee in here. This is kind of mimicking the brown sugar shaken espresso from Starbucks, which I do like, but I prefer this brown sugar. And I'm just gonna add this much. Then I'm just gonna shake the coffee. And then finally, this is my favorite oat milk. I bought myself a delicious mug of Earl Grey tea. So I'm coming up with my dissertation topic very loosely. I think we've got our proposals due in like the 3rd or 4th weeks, and I know that I probably won't have that much time to focus on it when term starts. So I've been trying to do a little bit of work on my dissertation. I've got like a list of a few mini questions. And my intention is for these to be like mini essays and do loads of research for them. Realistically, honestly, it doesn't end up being like that, and it ends up being more of like a list of reflections. But my intention is that it will be mini essays, like 500-word essays, which I think will be a really useful learning resource. So I'm actually going to do it in that format today because I do think it will be really useful. Just got that resistance to sitting down and doing it. So this is my sign to do it, and it's your sign to do it too. I think this is going to be really useful, and I really advocate essay practice like this. So here I was doing some research into something related to my dissertation, as I say. Very loosely, this was about early modern biology, and it was really interesting. I was also waiting for a call though, so that's why I keep on looking at my phone. You could see me in that clip, like, because our service here is really, really atrocious. Like, we live in a rural-ish area, and we just don't get service, and so I was propping up my phone and like trying to keep it in a space where it would get service so that I'd actually receive the call. I haven't finished with this task. I put aside half an hour for it, but I'm quite hungry and I'm not concentrating very well, so I'm gonna go downstairs and get some food, and then I'll come back and finish that after lunch. After lunch, I finished up that mini essay for my dissertation. It wasn't amazing, but it was something, and I think it will be useful. And then here I was doing some research for a speech/debate that I'm doing in November. Very quickly, just because I was about to get changed to go on a walk, I also thought I'd give you an outfit of the day because I actually really like this outfit, and I got changed into this raincoat, which Jules sent me actually very kindly, and then went outside to read some more of Circe while I was waiting for my dad. As you can see, it was kind of blue skies by this point too, and we just went on a walk through this absolutely stunning field. I love the look of hay bales in August. It's just the epitome of mid-season. And then when I got back, I did some filming. These are all of the outfits. My mum very kindly helped me, as you can see. My mum is amazing at this as well. I filmed for another video, but I also put together 3 of my favourite study outfits to show you. So this is the first one. It's just very comfortable, very cozy, but also semi-smart because of the collared jumper. And then the second outfit is featuring this beautiful Farrell cardigan, which I got in Arran from Old Buyer, which is Lorna's shop. You might have seen me visit in our Scotland vlog. It's so cozy, and I've been wearing it so much on cozy work days. And then this is the final one. It's just a pinafore with a black top underneath and a jacket if it gets cold. But after filming, I went inside to do some more reading. In particular, I was reading some critical material on Mary Stuart's casket sonnets, which is what we'll be studying in the 5th week of term. Then the next thing on my to-do list was to read The Colour Sense by Grant Allen. So this is the book that I am going to get. I'm just going to buy it on Kindle and send it straight to my Kindle. I personally like using Kindle. Oh, it's very windy. I personally like using Kindle to buy my set texts because it makes it really easy to take notes on them. You can just annotate the book and I can read it on my Kindle, even on my phone or computer. All my notes will just sync between. I also love this blouse so much. I think this might be one of the outfits that I wear on repeat this autumn. I always make a list at the beginning of the season of go-to outfits so I can eliminate time spent choosing outfits, so I just kind of have like my go-to outfits for the season. Also, the number of outfit changes in this video is probably actually ridiculous. I don't even know how many times I've changed outfits at this point. There is no element of our sensuous nature which yields us greater or more varied pleasure than the perception of colour. Whether we are looking at the larger physical wholes, the azure heavens above us, the purple sea beneath us, and the green meadows by our side, or at the smaller organic bodies, the brilliant flowers, the crimson foliage of autumn, the gaudily painted butterflies, the beetles clad in burnished gold, the peacock adorned with all of the hues of the rainbow, or the hummingbirds decked out in ruby, sapphire, and amethyst. We're just going to have leftovers for dinner tonight. It's also quite cold. So I'm going to go downstairs and just pop them in the oven because I don't think we have enough for dinner, so I might make a side salad or something. So yes, I just went downstairs and put in a very easy, quick dinner, but didn't film any of that for some reason. I've just been editing this video and realised I never filmed an outro clip. I feel like this is a running theme. So I'm currently packing actually because I'm going away for a night with my mum and grandma. I've just put this to one side, which is what I'm going to wear tomorrow. This jumper, because we're going to the coast. I need to bring something semi-nautical. I've got all my toiletries, this dress for the evening, blue pyjamas. We're only going away for one night, but I don't know what tea I want, so I'm bringing this whole pouch of tea bags. I'll also bring Circe because I haven't finished that quite yet. I've got my Kindle and then my 2 commonplace books. And I'll bring my iPad too probably. That's basically everything. I'm packing quite light. But I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to Clean My Mac X for sponsoring today's video as well. And I hope that you have more than just a productive week.